Today, guys, we're going to discuss Joe's life and how did he start up on the real estate industry. My pleasure to bring you Mr. Joe Serving. All right, Mr. Joe, so tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I do acquisitions with Uncle Jerry G here. So basically I just call people, call realtors, make things happen, get things under contracts, figure out problems all day long. Pretty much deal with problems all day long. It's very fun. It's a roller coaster ride, but I'm here. So that's the gist of it.
So it's the acquisitions part, right? So Joe, if you don't know, Joe specializes on subject to deals, meaning he is the master of taking over payments on people's properties that are giving them big headaches, right?
Absolutely.
So let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
So you were out in California.
California.
So what were you doing out there?
I was a server. Shout out Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. But I also did property management on the side for my family since I was like 17-ish. So I was always dabbling in real estate, but I was never in it. Management is the kind of the ugly side of it, and it's not really fun. So I took the leap. My brother lived out here, so I said I'm out of California, and here I am. I met Jerry actually through a mentorship program from Facebook. Just sent a DM, and here I am.
Jeez.
A year later.
Wait. So how much did you invest in yourself in that mentorship program?
It was 10K, worth every penny.
10K worth every penny. So
Yes.
from what did you learn? Well, I mean, not what did you learn. Whenever you started, what did you know? And then what did you know now?
So all I knew was YouTube University stuff. Basically, I was obsessed with Pace Morby, Bigger Pockets, all that. All the same stuff people just binge on. I was probably binging on that stuff for like 3-4 years, honestly. Never took any action. And then I came here and I was forced to meet people because I had no friends, no network, nothing. And yeah, it forced me to just go in head first, back against the wall.
Anyways, so okay, you didn't know anybody. You came into the new city. You decided to pay 10 grand for a mentorship program. Mm-hmm. What did you learn within those what was it, 12 months that you pretty much practiced?
So those 12 months, it's so essential to get a mentor. This business is crazy, but I think even more than the mentorship was the network, because I basically got access to every bit of Jerry, his resources, his financial backing. He just knows everyone. So I think you can't do this business alone, and there's always a problem that you don't know how to solve. So if you have someone you can just call right away or just text, I mean, it's a game changer. So it would have taken me, I don't know, it's basically a cheat code to not break your brain and heart in this business, because otherwise you're just going to be philandering around.
Well, like you did, and you actually went through that process, except you don't acknowledge it. So it took you about 3 years to get from YouTube University until you're like, oh, shit, you know what, I'm just losing my time. So at this point, you're just pretty much just buying time, right?
I never made a phone call. So my first phone call was January 7th of 2023, right? So it's been a year and a month, which is fucking crazy because it's insane how much I've learned and done. But that 10K is kind of a joke. I mean, we're about to close on a deal where we're all going to make more than 10K. So
give the number. What's the total?
well, that total deal, we're supposed to make 50,000, and then we're splitting that, obviously. But at first when you think 10K, you're like $10,000. That's crazy. And then that's just one deal, and that's like a very average deal for real estate. So it was very worth it. I'm not gonna lie though, I was sweating when I sent that money. Cause I was like, who are these people? I was like, I had no choice. Cause let me back up. Cause when I first got here, I was doing this solo dolo for 2-3 months. So I lied. So that wasn't my first call. I was making calls, but my first official call where I had like structure and like a path was January 7th. But yeah, I basically was philandering around, calling agents. I didn't know shit. It was bad. It was very bad. So shout out Jerry.
Sheesh. So Angie's asking, what is your biggest struggle in the beginning?
Calling people, just realizing that it's just a phone call, and the worst they can say is not no. There's a lot worse things they say. But at this point, it just makes me laugh, and it makes the day a little better. But it's just realizing like, oh, I'm bothering these people. Oh no, I've already called him twice. Bro, keep calling. It doesn't matter. Just keep calling. That's it. That was really the hardest thing, is like not thinking that I'm just bothering people.
Not thinking. Well, actually, we're trying to help them, right? At the end of the day, it's like whenever somebody's selling, it's because they have a pain point, and that's for us to find out. And in all reality, sometimes even when we have problems, we don't like to express them to other individuals.
Yeah.
Much less to a stranger over the phone. So that's where it's kind of like you got to know the ins and
Well,
outs.
it was two things. It was first calling sellers. I kind of got over that. I did get over that. And then it was calling agents. Agents, I was a little bit more scared, I think, of calling because you just assume that they know all their everything to do with real estate. I learned that's not the reality. So once I got past that hurdle, I mean, yeah, I'm not calling people is pretty simple. I pretty much get yelled at, or someone tells me in some shape, form, or another to F off.
It's part of the game.
Call me when you're serious. Don't waste my time. Yeah, you got to. Can I call you next week? Perfect.
So how many transactions have you done within the last, 13 months?
I think 12.
12 transactions in the last 13 months. Most?
Maybe 11.
Maybe 11. Whatever, more than 10.
Yeah. Some of them were very easy. Some of them were very hard. Obviously, that would be pretty much impossible if I was doing this on my own. But yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit. Tell us about the story on John Fallon. That was probably your longest one, right? The hardest one by now?
Yeah, so John Fallon, we sat down, shout out Jesus Monreal. We sat down, we locked this thing up like 6 months ago. And one thing you learn, you can't just learn this on YouTube, but the affidavit process is a nightmare. There was 5 siblings involved. That by itself took like 3 months just to get. And then we had...
Just to find the siblings.
some dramatic event happen. And we had some buyer back out after 3 months. It was just a nightmare. So we finally closed on it, technically. And so we're gonna, hopefully that whole process will be done by the end of the month, if not March. And that one will be very, very exciting. That one was just purely a learning process.
You learn, so basically
Yeah.
you learn like the whenever somebody dies in the property, not in the property, but the owner of the property dies, and then there's a whole bunch of siblings and you don't structure your paperwork right, where the parents didn't leave a will, they didn't leave any instructions of who's gonna take the house or whatnot, and then it just becomes a whole mess, right? So that's why it's very important for people to structure their trust, even though we all know we're gonna die, but yet
Yes.
we still don't buy our, what do you call it?
Your
Plot where you get buried?
Your air. Oh yes. I want to say another thing. That it also taught me that you essentially become a therapist dealing with humans selling their pretty much their biggest asset, because these sellers were calling me crying, calling me pissed off. I got a like a three paragraph text on Christmas. She's calling me or texting me what the F, this, that. So I'm making calls on Christmas, calling this lady down, and it's really just a people business. It was crazy. So more than anything, you realize that you're just dealing with human beings in the end, and you get to help them, and then you get to make some money, and it's cool.
It's cool. Helping people. All right, so let's just for fun purposes, let's break down. Let's do a little bit of role play on how a call will go.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna be the. What do you want me to be? A seller or a realtor?
You can be a realtor.
I'll be the realtor. All right, ready? Okay. Ring. Hello.
Hey, Mr. Realtor, this is Joe. I was calling about your listing on 123 Main Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it's still available.
Awesome. Yeah, I see it's been sitting on the market for a bit, and I love that area. I would love to make an offer on it, but I'm just curious as to why it's kind of been sitting there. Do the sellers want too much for it, or what's the deal?
No, well, we realtors just like to put stuff on the MLS and sit on it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I noticed that they just bought this house like a year and a half ago. Is there something wrong with the house, or?
No, well, my sellers are moving out of town. They're military.
Oh, perfect. You know what? It's funny you say that. We actually deal with VA loans and military all the time. We actually help them put more money in their pocket than they would selling on the market. Did they have if we were to come up with an offer today, what's their timeline looking like?
Well, they're taking offers. We haven't had any movement, so I'm pretty sure they'll get excited.
Okay, sounds good. Well, listen, I'm willing to pay that list price, and I do see that they have a mortgage in place. If we were to give them that list price, would they be willing to let us step into their debt?
Bam! If you want to know more, we are taking candidates for mentorships. Actually, we're doing so every first Tuesday and second Tuesday of the month. we focus on giving away education to our community, where we do first Tuesday is going to be business oriented, second Tuesday is going to be real estate oriented. So hit us up on the DMs, follow Mr. Joseph.
Joe Servin, Joe Servin.
Joe Servin and Uncle Jerry G on Instagram. And see you on the next one. Peace.